Yo, what's going on everyone? Hope you guys are having a brilliant day and happy Friday to each and every one of you. So today's plugin showcase is going to be on MC Duels, and this is a fantastic premium plugin you guys can find on Spigot, and this does work on versions 1.7.10 all the way up to 1.16.1, so it covers literally like all the Minecraft versions that are compatible for today. So make sure you go check it out, link will be down in the description. This plugin is absolutely insane. The developer has done an amazing job coding this plugin, adding a ton of features. So I went ahead and sort of dive into some of these features, showcase some gameplay, and then later on in the video I'm going to show you guys how to set up the arenas and get all that set up. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get into a plugin showcase. So starting off, this is an amazing plugin by Stevie Plays MC, who is the developer of MC Duels, but this is a fantastic and well-developed plugin, guys. Like, this is insane how many features it does have. So it has ranked and unranked matches, so you can have 1v1s, 2v2s, 3v3s. You also have the unranked, pretty much the same thing. You also have FFAs, so you can have multiple people all together, and then you just kind of have a free-for-all in those specific types of game types. You also have PvP bots, which I will show you guys that a little bit later. You also have dual players, so for example, if a player's online, then you can select whatever game type. So for example, you want to do build, and then you can do the unranked ones, and then in here there's specific settings that you can do. So no kits, you also have normal kits, and then individual kits. And so this is going to be typically what you would have on like a faction server if you wanted to sort of play with your own kit and then duel someone with a different kit, then you would select that. So givebacks would pretty much be whatever kit that you had. If you were doing it with your inventory, it would go ahead and give that back to you. And then you also have bets, so if you wanted to bet specific types of money or something, or like, you know, you could even bet a kit as well, then that would be what you could do. So currently I don't have any money, so I'm going to go ahead and disable the bets and then just disable the rest of this real quick. But I just wanted to show you guys the options that you have. And then in here you can also select lives, so if you have a number of lives, you can do like you know, 3 lives, or if you want to do rounds, then you could do like 3 rounds or 5 rounds, or pretty much whatever that you wanted right there. And then you can go ahead and continue, and then in here there's a whole bunch of other different types of options that you can actually configure within your duels. And so if you wanted to use interpros, allowed or disallow, if you wanted to disable fishing rods or fist, if you wanted to enable or disable that. You also have like spawn eggs, fireballs, eggs and snowballs if you wanted to disable all that, or golden apples. So there's a ton that you can do within this plugin, which is insane. And then you can go ahead and like send a duel request, so that would go ahead and send a duel request to that player. For example, that is how you would send a request, which is pretty awesome. And so you also have specific languages in here, so you have English, Spanish, French, Italian, I don't even know what that is, and then you also have your own custom language, which is pretty cool. And then if you wanted to enable request or the scoreboards as well. Last thing in here is the kit editor, which I absolutely love. This is such a nice feature. So for example, if you're doing the BuildUHC, you can do the build, and then you can go ahead and rearrange your inventory, and this is going to be used when you are dueling a player, or you're going into unranked or ranked matches, it will actually save your specific layout, which is so cool, guys. And so I'm going to head and just hit save, and there we go, guys. We just saved it. Say you mess something up, you can go ahead and just reset it right here, just like so, and then that will go ahead and just give you your specific inventory. You can rearrange it, save it, and then you can go ahead and leave the editor once you're done. If you want to edit a different kit, you can just do like a normal, let's do like archer or something, and then let's rearrange this. We'll put the arrow in the last slot there, and then that looks good. We'll go ahead and save it and exit, and then we'll go ahead and leave. And there we go, guys. Like, that is so cool. Like, there's a ton of amazing features. It reminds me a lot of the good old Badland days with your 1.7 PvP. So anyways, that is sort of the brief showcase of what all this plugin does. There's a ton more features I'm not even going to get into, but you also have these signs over here where you can specifically join like the unranked and ranked matches. So before we start doing some PvP panels, I just wanted to showcase the PvP bot, which is pretty awesome. So you can have pretty much the same type of thing, 1v1 to 3v3, but you also have the selection to set like the bot specifically, which is so cool. So if you wanted to use kits, yes, we'll use a kit, and we'll do a new debuff against the bot, and then you also have specific animal types that you can select the bot to be. And so if you want like a skeleton or a witch, or you can just have a player. So now we are in duel with bot Notch over there. So we can go ahead and drink up some swiftness, and he is on expert level, and yeah, he's gonna be pretty recognized. Oh yeah, like we're yeah, guys, like that was insane. We just lost, we got wrecked. So now I'm going to show you guys how to set up your arenas. And so first things first, I do want to mention is that if you want to have the items in your hotbar, there is a setting that you can enable in the arenas.yml. I'll put a picture on the screen, and then this will automatically give these items to your players. And the other option, if you do want to have this where it says in queue and also players fighting, then there's another setting that you can enable, and I will put a picture on the screen now as well. So if you want to have those two settings enabled, that is what I recommend. But once you have those settings all configured, you can go ahead and start adding your arenas. And so I have some arena builds right here. So the arena setup is actually pretty simple, pretty straightforward. So the main command for this is /arena, and so this will list all your main arena commands. There's a few ones that are specifically for some arenas. For example, the set bed is only going to be for your Bed Wars arena. You also have this set corner is going to be for the Koth ones only, and so on the developers wiki he lists all of that, so make sure you go check that out. But we're going to head and do some basic ones, and so I'm going to do about 2 arenas or 3. So we can do arena create, and then our name, which is test, and then the type. So the type indicates like dual 1v1s, the battles, which is like the unranked. You also have FFA dual bot, and then party versus party, so like 3v3s. So those are the types. And so if you want to include every single type, just type in global, and that will go ahead and cover pretty much everything within those types. And then now you can just go ahead and hit enter, and so this will pretty much set up your main arena. So now we need to set the spawn, so we'll do arena set spawn, and then we can do test, and then here's our first position right here, and then we'll fly over here and set the second position right there. Alright, so now we have set those 2 positions. So once you have your first and second spawn set up, you can go ahead and add another spawn, and this is going to be the spectate. So then if players are fighting and people want to spectate that match, you can go ahead and set the spectate area right here. And the last thing that you want to do is set your ending location. So I want to set it right here. So for example, this is where like everyone is going to be. This is going to be like your lobby, and so then you would have your signs here, and then you would make an additional kit signs later on as well. So this is the command that you need to arena set spawn and then end, and this will pretty much set your ending location. And so to have your arena set up, there is going to be a few things that you will need to do for the additional arenas. So once you have the first arena set up, it is going to be included with the normal game type, combo, as well as soup, and the rest of these will require additional setup. So that is what I'm going to be showing you guys. You will need to have a schematic for the rest of these because that is where players can actually like place or break blocks. But for the normal ones like the soup, combo, and normal, just a normal arena like we did will work. So once you have that set up, I'm going to do this command MC duels items bypass, and this will allow me to bypass those items in my hotbar. So as I mentioned, you will need to have schematics for the build, sumo, spleef, sky wars, bed wars, as well as koth. And so I went ahead and set up a spleef one real quick, and then we'll do like a build one over there. And that is going to be very similar processes to setting that up. So what I'm going to be doing is, first of all, you need to go ahead and create your arena. So I'm going ahead and call this arena create, and then I'm just going to call this spleef. And then now we need to do global, which is going to be pretty much all the game types, which is like 1v1, 2v2s, 3v3s. So now we need to specify which type of game mode this will be. So this one is going to be Spleef, alright? So then now we'll go ahead and tell the plugin this is one specifically for Spleef, and that is because we're going to be using schematics. So once that is created, now we can do set spawn, and then we can do spleef, and then we can go ahead and set it first position here, and then if we come over here and we can set the second position just like so. Now we need to go ahead and actually specify the schematic for this specific arena. And so for this, you will need a world edit installed, and so it's a very cool way to set this up. So for example, we'll come down here and we'll set our first position right here, and I'm gonna actually replace those blocks real quick. So that will be our first position, and then now we can go ahead and come up here, and we'll go ahead and just set the second position about right here. Alright, so this is the area that players are going to be able to break, and so this will actually regenerate after the map is done. So now what you need to do is you can go ahead and do / copy, and so that will go ahead and copy your specific areas. You can do arena, and then schematic, and then now we need to do the arena name, so Spleef. And so that will go ahead and actually register the schematic for our Spleef arena, which is pretty sweet. So now we can go ahead and actually use the Spleef one because we have our schematic set up. So that is how to make the Spleef one. So say we want this arena to be for the BuildUHC. So you're pretty much going to do the same process, but we're going to be specifying build instead of Spleef. So for example, we'll do arena create. I'm just going to call this build. The name can be pretty much whatever you want. I'm going to go ahead and call this global. So this will go ahead and cover pretty much all the types. And now we need to specify the game mode. And so this is going to be the build. So we'll go ahead and put build just like so. And then we'll set our first position right here, arena set spawn build 1, and then we'll fly over here, and then we'll set the second position for this. And then now for example, this is going to be the BuildUHC arena, so I'm going to head and just set pretty much this square right here where players can actually be able to build up about 5 right here. And then so that is about the size that I want them to be able to build. And then so now we'll go about right here, and then we'll do / copy. So now we can do arena schematic, and then so this would be build, and so that would save the BuildUHC one. And so there we go. That's pretty simple overall. So that's how you do it for all the different types of game modes. So this is included with Sky Wars, the Bed Wars, and the Koth as well. So one of the last steps I want to show you guys is how to set up your kit editor areas. And so to do that, you can do arena, and then as you see, we can go ahead and set the kit editor spawn. So we'll do arena set spawn and then kit editor, and so this will go ahead and set the editor spawn. So this is where players are going to be teleported when they want to edit their specific kits. And so there is 3 signs that are mainly going to be needed. So you can do MC Duels on the top, and then this is going to be kit editor, and so this is what is going to be on all the signs. And then the next slot is going to be either leave, reset, select, and save. And so I'm going to put leave at the top here, and so that will go ahead and actually leave the specific kit editor. And so then it's pretty much the same process here. And then save, and then we'll go ahead and save the changes. So now if we do MC Duels, and then I'll go back into the items bypass again. So this will go ahead and put me into the kit editor. And so now if I go to the kit editor, and let's go and do the build kit. So as you see, it gives me the build kit, and then I can like rearrange all my inventory or whatever. And then we can go ahead and save that. And then now we can go ahead and leave. And there we go. As you see, it does teleport us back to our main area here. And so I would definitely block off this section, so you know players are not gonna be like interfering, but you know this is what your join signs will be. So as I said, this plugin is amazing, it has a ton of features, and some I didn't even include. So make sure you go check out the wiki, check out the plugin page, and buy the plugin for yourself. So I will see you guys in the next video. If you have any questions, I will leave the developers Discord down below. Have yourselves a beautiful day. Peace out.